of one of the most intelligent and industrious.
Oh my god, how it's made no shot.
Whose miniature society is one of the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. It's been used in religious and pagan celebrations, and its medicinal qualities have been known for centuries.
They have to, right?
It all begins in a field where worker honeybees suck nectar from flower blossoms, such as clover. They store it in their honey sac, then return to the hive where other worker bees suck it out and chew it, breaking down the nectar's complex sugar.
Why can't we make something that another being is making? I know it sounds really dumb, and it probably is, but why can't we fabricate something that something else is making, you know?
Into two simple sugars called glucose and fructose. The bees then deposit the nectar into the cells of the wax honeycombs they've built.
Okay.
They fan it with their wings until most of the water content evaporates in the warm air of the
biological processes are complicated. Okay, got it.
What's left is thick and gooey honey. The bees then cap each honey-filled cell with beeswax. That's when the beekeeper steps in.
Wow. 31
Bees will sting if taken by surprise, so the beekeeper sprays the hive with smoke from burning pine needles, a scented warning that foreigners are about to enter the hive. Inside the hive are wooden frames hanging side by side, each holding a honeycomb. A hive can house hundreds of thousands of bees, all descendants of the prolific queen bee. The queen bee lays up to 2,000 eggs per day, creating the workforce needed to feed and protect the colony. But the beekeeper tricks the colony's defenders. He replaces the hive's cover with a device called a bee escape, which smells like cherries. Bees dislike the scent, so most fly to the bottom sections of the hive.
Ah!
Another warning spray, and the beekeeper removes the bee escape. Now, he can escape with the honeycombs.
Oh my god, that looks perfect! Guys, how is it so perfect? Guys, how is it so mathematical and perfect? How?
Inside the honey factory, they put the honeycomb frames on what's called an uncapping machine. Like a razor, it shaves off the wax caps
it's
of
what
the
they do,
honey-filled cells.
but if you were to do this, you wouldn't be able to. With all your intelligence and whatever, you wouldn't be able to.
The combs. They scrape off the remains manually. Then
Guys, is it because they go in the holes, and it's why the holes are bee size? Do they go inside of them or not? They go inside? They don't.
The frames on another machine called a honey extractor. It spins the honeycombs until all the honey is forced out of the cells. Afterwards, they filter the honey to remove any pieces of wax that have slipped through. Then the honey is ready for bottling. Some beehives contain smaller frames designed to produce honey that isn't extracted from the honeycomb. Workers remove the frame and cut the honeycomb into pieces with a heated knife. This seals the wax around the honey inside.
Okay, worker bees chew wax pieces until they're soft and moldable enough to add to the construction of a honeycomb. When adding this wax, the bees will make circles in the wax and use their body heat to melt the wax from a circle shape to a perfect hexagon.
This wax is edible. The beeswax lining of the
Yesterday I molded my stone cold hot okay, I'm sorry.
The honeycomb goes to make candles, furniture polish and lipsticks. When producers have more liquid honey than they can sell, they simply let it granulate, where it develops sugar crystals that turn hard and white. Then when orders come in, they return it to its original liquid form by heating it to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The jars are vacuum cleaned, then filled.
This is kind of cool though.
One beehive can yield over 3 kilograms of honey in a single day. That's much more than the bees need for themselves. The surplus is what we end up eating.
So is all honey we have real, or is it fake honey? Because they don't show they go through all this just to put in the fucking McDonald's packet.
Honey production today is both efficient and humane. For centuries, the only way to harvest honey from hives had been to kill the bees. Then in 1851, an American beekeeper invented a way to get the honey, yet spare the bees. His method, with the removable honeycomb frames, is the one we still use today.
Guys, I eat chicken nuggets at McDonald's with honey packets. Not mustard honey, just honey. Just honey. You know?